Hi guys, so it has been a little while since I spoke to you, since I uploaded, and I'm really sorry about that. So yeah, I've not been about, and there's many reasons for that. I suppose life always gets in the way with these things, and I started uni again and was super busy. But yeah, so a lot of other things happened, as you can tell from the title of this video. But I am now back. I'm back home for summer. I'm back to doing YouTube because I am home for the next few months. So I will be uploading. I will get back to my normal videos and riding vlogs and all the horses and everything. So the first few things I'll update you on is because obviously when I sort of stopped uploading a little while ago, it's because various things happened. So the first thing that happened was I found Cooper, who I'd started riding as my sort of lone pony at uni, and that didn't work out because he was a lovely horse and he never did anything wrong, but I didn't personally have the time. I got very busy with uni. It was my last year of university, well, for this degree, so I got very busy and I just couldn't commit the time that I needed. He was on a really busy yard and I didn't enjoy going down. He didn't have his own stable. It was a very weird setup and I just didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed riding him, but the entire experience I didn't enjoy. So that didn't work out. And after a month or so, we decided that it just wasn't going to work. And Ruth, his owner, who was really lovely, just decided that things weren't working. So I just couldn't commit enough time to him. But yeah, so that all happened, and then I did get really busy with uni, and I've had exams and so much stuff on. Sorry, I know I'm touching my hair a lot. But yeah, so that's why YouTube stopped, because I wasn't riding, I didn't have anything to film, I was at uni and I was just working so hard. And then sort of it soon turned to Easter, and at Easter I decided I was going to try and find some more horses to ride at uni. I had filmed a few vlogs and things at home but hadn't got around to it. And that was when the incident occurred. So I started riding for a really lovely woman. So I went to go see her, and she had two horses. She had a 17-2 and a 16-2, or no, 17-3 and 16-2 I think. And they were lovely, and I rode them and it went really well. And then I had an accident on one of them. So it was a real shame. I'd gone on my own one day to go ride, and I'd ridden the younger horse, and she was very spooky that day anyway. And so what happened was she spooked and set off, and I managed to stop her, but then it's always the really hard bit. This is when I always fall off, is when you stop them from setting off and then they come down into a trot and then set off again. Sorry if the brightness goes funny. I'm using natural lighting, so it always goes a bit dodge. But yeah, so I ended up falling off because she'd I think she'd reared and then bucked and really unseated me. But as I fell off, she kicked me in the face. So I don't really remember it because I was unconscious and got knocked out. All I remember is waking up sort of really dazed on the floor in the arena and just looking down at my hands and being why are my hands covered in blood? Whose blood's that? And then felt my face. I was that's my blood. And then obviously I'd sort of gone into panic a bit, and I was on my own and no one was around, so I shouted for help and tried to get up but couldn't. I think I'd really badly winded myself, and actually a builder found me and sort of carried me back to the house and got the horse, I think. And then they called the ambulance. So yeah, what actually ended up were my injuries was I broke my cheekbone. I fractured it in 3 places, and my jaw, and then so the majority of the blood came because I split my lip open. I don't know if you can see. I've got a lovely scar there, and I've got a lovely scar up here as well. But yeah, I because the way she kicked me was like that. So my cheekbone got done, and then she knocked a tooth out. So one of my teeth, this one, got knocked out. So, and we never found it. So I had to have like a fake one put in. And yeah, so my lip got severed. I think that's when she kicked me and my tooth came out, and like it obviously just cut my lip open, and that was quite bad. And then I had a really bad gash above my eye here, so that was really deep, and that was quite bad. And then I had one here, but initially I remember being in the ambulance and they put me in the head blocks, because they were really concerned that I had a spinal injury, because my spine and like my shoulder were really hurting. I think I walked, I don't really remember, but they like wouldn't let me move them. I have some lovely photos from A&E that I'll insert if they're not too gruesome, because it was quite a bad injury. But yes, this all happened 2 days before my finals. So 2 days before my final exam started for my degree, for my third year, final everything, I got kicked in the face by a horse and broke my face, which is obviously not ideal at all. So obviously I was in A&E for quite a bit. I should have been revising this entire time. I went to go ride as a nice revision break, and ended up completely messing up my finals. So in the end, obviously I am okay. My face has healed the best it can. Obviously I've got a few scars, but I'm just lucky that I'm okay otherwise. Like, you should have seen my hat. I wish I still had it. So it was a fixed peak one, and the peak was obviously meant to be like this, was like this, and there's like a massive crack in it, like where it had come apart. So I'd obviously hit the ground with such force. And obviously I don't blame the horse at all. Like, it wasn't her fault, she just spooked, and it just so happened that she kicked out and hit my face. Like, I don't think she did it maliciously at all. But yeah, so that happened, and it completely messed up my final year. It means I don't graduate with my friends, which is really like upsetting for me. I still graduate and I'm still doing my exams, so I should have sat my exams this month, but I'm actually sitting them in August instead, like end of August, which is when it's like resits, but I'm doing them for the first time. And my university have like given me extenuating circumstances for that, and then I graduate in December instead of next month, because obviously I've not finished. So I did have to still do my dissertation presentation, looking a bit of a mess. So yeah, I still had to do that, but obviously other than that it wasn't too bad. The days after the kick though, my face ballooned, and like, I don't know, it just got massive and went bright yellow. I had like a massive yellow eye, and my lips were out here. It looked like I had fillers that had gone terribly wrong, and it just wasn't a great time for me. I do think it's like, at first I was like, oh, it's not affected my confidence at all, but I think it probably will have. I've only ridden once since it happened. That is my aim, is to get back into riding now. I wasn't allowed to ride because obviously I'm waiting for my cheekbone to heal. Obviously the bone needs to fuse again, so I'm waiting for that to all occur. I meant to wait another week and a bit, but I have already ridden. I went to Portugal with my family because I couldn't sit exams, and my family were going with, like, they were meant to be going without me, but then my parents wanted me to go with them because obviously I was ill and recovering and everything. So I went to Portugal and ended up going on a little ride there. I'll insert a little clip if I can now. So I have got back on board. I'd have been back on board straight away given the choice, but obviously the risk of falling off again, if I'd have hit my cheekbone again, I'd have seriously, like, you know, messed up my face, because if this like got banged or anything like that, it would have moved, and not gone back in place. So that was like the reason I've not been able to ride, but I am getting back to that. I'm going to do some videos on like what it's like for me coming back after having quite a serious injury. This isn't, I wouldn't say it's my most serious injury. I think when I broke a disc in my shoulder was more traumatic for me. Obviously your face is a big deal, but I don't know, it didn't seem as traumatic for me, probably because I'm a bit older now. But yeah, I do think it will affect my confidence a bit, but we will see how it goes. And yeah, so that's where I've been, that's my update. I am back and I am getting back into the swing of things. I'm back home now, I've got my summer ball at university, and then I'm back this weekend for months, and until I go back in August actually, to sit my exams, and then hopefully I'm getting on to my masters. But yeah, that's where I'm at, that's the update, that's why I've not been here. And yeah, I'm a lot better than I was a few weeks ago. But yes, I hope you're all glad that I'm back, and thank you for being patient with me. I know I have a tendency to do this, but sometimes life gets in the way, and university has been crazy this year, and obviously things like getting kicked in the face by a horse I can't really help. But I am back for the foreseeable, and yeah, my shop's also going to be back up and running. That had to be like put on hold, but yeah, that's back up and running now, hopefully. If not, there'll be a launch date on the site. So yes, I will see you all guys soon. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about my injury or anything like that. I didn't want to go into too much detail. I think I've sort of like didn't want to bore you guys, but yeah, yeah, and let me know what videos you want me to make in the next few weeks, because I am now back at home. I'm going to be doing a lot of like routines and things, because a lot of things have changed, and yeah, I'm just settling back in, and I will also continue filming my journey with you guys on how I get on getting back in the saddle, and I will see you guys very soon. So